Hey world. I guess I haven't really updated much since my name change. So essentially that went great. I am now legally Elliot, which is great. Everything pretty much has been changed. All my bank stuff, social security license, school stuff. I think I'm just waiting on health insurance. And I'm not doing my passport right now because it's expensive. So that's been probably the best thing about summer. It's just really nice to finally have that done and, be legally recognized is how I have been identifying for the past 2 years. So yeah, that's cool. Other than that, general life stuff. Last weekend I went on a board retreat because I'm on the Queer and Allied Students Union board at my college. So it was the 5 board members and our 2 advisors were there. It was a lot of fun. We were up at this outdoor center and we did canoeing and a ropes course, hiking. It was really fun and I don't know, just a really good experience. I was exhausted after. Essentially, what was good about that weekend though too was I'm on the board with my ex, and it was just really good. We kind of just talked about some stuff, and I feel better about working with them this coming year. So I'm not really stressed about that kind of stuff anymore, which is good. And that's kind of also just in general where I'm at with everything that's happened in the past few months. I've kind of gone through a lot of emotions of being, angry and hurt and sad and shit like that. And finally at a place where I'm like, okay, I'm fine now. This is okay. I'm good. And it's really nice to be able to move on from shit. So that's last weekend. And in general, I guess this whole summer I've definitely been figuring more out about myself gender-wise. In the past, I'd say month or so, I've been really understanding myself as a non-binary person. Obviously identify as genderqueer, but I'm realizing that I don't identify as a man anymore, and that I don't identify as male, which is weird because I strongly identified as such for a long time in my trans identity. So it's kind of like before I identified as trans, it was I identify as a woman and a girl. And I was way to the other side of I'm a man, I'm a dude, all that stuff. And then the longer I identify as trans and start to figure myself out, I sort of move away from either extreme, I guess. And I've kind of just found somewhat of a home in the middle, but outside, I don't know. Just not identifying as either man or woman, male or female, essentially. Which has been great because I understand myself better and identify as femme, obviously. But at the same time, it's been really lonely. We have a small community, a trans community where I live as it is, and the majority of that community is made up of binary identified trans people, a lot of whom are focused on medically transitioning, which both of those things have nothing to do with how I identify, or nor do I want to. So it's been really isolating and lonely and just constantly feeling invisible and invalidated as it is as a trans person, but then also within apparently my own community. So it's been really hard. I even, a couple weeks ago, it was really bad, and I'm just like cried myself to sleep because it's like there's no one here that gets me. I fucking hate this. Like, I cannot wait to leave this city and find my own community of people who understand me, people who are also genderqueer, and femme, and understand that like core part of, you know, who I am. And I have a friend in this city who identifies similar to me, which has been really helpful. Not completely alone, which is great. And that sort of identity shift understanding brought me to think about my pronouns. I've gone by male pronouns ever since I came out, and it's never really been a problem because I identified as a guy. But now that I don't anymore, it was weird that I was still using male pronouns when that's not a part of my identity, and I want nothing to do with male culture. And so I've started asking for they and their gender neutral pronouns, and I will start introducing myself come fall at the QSU meetings with those pronouns because they just better fit my identity as a non-binary, genderqueer, femme, trans person, boy, what have you. So that's been kind of interesting getting used to. It's always shitty to have to go up to people and tell them my pronouns have changed. I hate it, but whatever, it's fine. I think the other thing, as far as the summer goes, like name change, identity shit, just really coming into my own as an independent person and being happy with who I am. Doing a lot of great work. I've had a lot of graphic design stuff that I've done this summer, still working on. It's just really awesome, and I'm finally like doing the things that I always wanted to do, and it's really, I don't know, it's just really nice and makes me feel really good about myself. And I guess with the independent thing, being single essentially. I was in a relationship this summer for about a month. That ended, and I am obviously single still, but it's good. I've needed this time to really discover who I am and be okay with myself. Not to say that it's not hard, especially when you have some, you know, good friends who are in relationships and their relationships are awesome and you're just like, you kind of feel lonely sometimes, but I know I'll be okay. I'm actually just really proud of myself being where I am, and being single. I think it says a lot. And I realize very much so that you're not going to be in a successful relationship until you're happy with yourself and happy, you know, while being alone. Like, and I wouldn't want to give myself to someone unless I'm at that place, essentially. Yeah, and also because I plan on leaving in like a year and a half, 2 years from now, and moving out west, so I don't really want to, you know, start something if I'm just going to leave. So, yeah, that's basically where I'm at with my life. School starts in like 2 weeks. Kind of exciting. It's my last year at college, and then I enter the real world. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a great year. So that's all, I guess.